In today's video, we're going to be making these really gorgeous mini pumpkin pies. It's a really straightforward recipe to make, and I hope you'll love it. First of all, we're going to be making the pastry. What you need for that is around 8 ounces of flour, around 4 ounces of butter, and some water. I'm really fortunate that I've been given some chestnut flour by my dad. This is a really great flour to add because it lends a really nutty, natural sweetness to your pastry. If you can't get your hands on chestnut flour, then you can use all plain flour. Chestnut flour is naturally gluten-free, but I would recommend combining it with another flour because it can absorb quite a lot of moisture. So all I've done here is just combine the flours together with the butter just by rubbing that in gently with your fingertips. Once combined, I've added a beaten egg, and I needed about a tablespoonful of cold water, just enough to bring that together to form a dough. You don't want to overwork your dough because that can make it quite tough and chewy once it's cooked. So once that's been brought together, all you need to do is wrap that in cling film and pop it in the fridge for half an hour. Meanwhile, you're going to want to make your filling. So for the filling, the first ingredient you're going to need is pumpkin puree. I've made my own here, and I've actually got a short up on the channel that shows you how to make that. It's really simple to do, and I'd really recommend that you make your own if it's all possible. This recipe works with any sort of pumpkin, so it doesn't have to be a special variety. So you're going to want to combine your pumpkin. You need about 1 1/3 cups of pumpkin puree with 1 1/3 cups of sugar and a pinch of salt. In terms of spices, I've added about half a teaspoon of cinnamon and 1/3 of a teaspoon of nutmeg. Cinnamon and nutmeg are quite traditional choices for pumpkin pie, but do feel free to experiment and use some different spices if you'd like. Ground ginger, perhaps a touch of cloves, and ground mixed spice would all work really well with this. Once that's combined, you want to add 2 beaten eggs with 1 1/4 cups of milk and 1/3 cup of double cream, as well as a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Stir all of that together until it's really well combined. Don't be concerned by the fact that the filling can look quite liquid. This is perfectly normal and it will firm up as it cooks in the oven. And that's your filling made. You can see that it's really simple to make. So you can now get your pastry out of the fridge and let that warm up just for a couple of minutes so that it doesn't crack. Then you want to roll out your pastry onto a lightly floured worktop. Once your pastry is a nice even thickness, you then want to cut that out just with some pastry cutters. With short crust pastry, you don't need to grease the tin. That's because the pastry has sufficient butter in it that it will effectively lubricate the tin itself. And here's a great chefy tip. If you use a little offcut of pastry to push your pastry into the tins, they'll go nicely into the edges. Once your tin's lined, you need to carefully fill your pumpkin cases with the pumpkin mixture. You'll see that I don't fill the cases completely to the top. The mixture will puff up slightly as it cooks, and you don't want to risk it boiling over. Then it's simply a case of popping them into the oven at 180 degrees for around 25 to 35 minutes or until the mixture is set. You'll be able to tell that the mixture is set because it will no longer jiggle as you take it out of the oven. Let them cool on a wire rack until perfectly cold. I then like to finish these off just with some whipped double cream. And there you have it, that's your mini pumpkin pies all done.